Hello everyone. I would like to talk about top 5 NG behaviors to avoid on a first date with a Japanese woman. The first date is a very important step in building a mutual relationship, especially when there are differences in culture and customs. There are more points to pay attention to. It is important to get off to a good start in order to understand each other. Here are 5 behaviors to avoid on a first date with a Japanese woman. Make sure you understand each of these points and use them to make the date enjoyable. A successful first date will greatly contribute to the development of your subsequent relationship, so please refer to these tips. 5. Excessive self-promotion. On a first date, you are eager to let people get to know you. However, avoid talking only about yourself. It is important to listen to what the other person has to say, and deepen the conversation through empathy and questions. One-sided self-promotion can give the impression of being self-centered. To elicit what the other person wants to talk about, you can create a more relaxed atmosphere by asking questions about the other person's hobbies, recent events, etc. By sharing a balance of mutual stories, you can build a better relationship. In particular, respecting the other person's interests and showing empathy for those interests will help the other person feel more comfortable expressing themselves. 4. Being loose with time. Punctuality is extremely important in Japan. Being late on a first date can be perceived as a lack of respect for the other person. If you are late for an appointment, the other party may feel that your presence is disrespected. In the unlikely event that you will be late, you should contact them as soon as possible to apologize. Also, by being on time, you can avoid unnecessary worries and make the entire date more enjoyable. It is also a good idea to arrive a little early, so that you can think about your partner and enjoy the atmosphere around you while you wait. Arriving early will help you feel relaxed and prepared, and it will also make a good impression on your partner. Punctuality is also the first step in building trust. 3. Excessive skinship or sexual topics. Excessive skinship or sexual topics on the first date may make the other party uncomfortable. Particularly in Japan, discretion is required when discussing physical contact or private topics. On a first date, it is important to observe the other person's reactions and make sure they feel comfortable. Even if the other person is smiling, it does not necessarily mean that they are truly comfortable. It is better to maintain an appropriate distance from the other person, and to advance the relationship through light conversation and shared interests until trust has been established. As the other person gradually opens up to you, the distance will naturally shorten. Also, by showing respect for the other person, you can build a sense of security and trust. It is important to maintain a sense of distance while watching the other person's reactions during the date. 2. Rude attitude toward waitstaff and others around you. During a date, your attitude toward waitstaff and others around you is an important part of who you are as a person. Rude or arrogant behavior can make the other person feel uncomfortable and lower their opinion of you. Japanese culture, in particular, places a high value on respect and appreciation for others, so you are expected to be courteous at all times. By saying thank you and please to the waiter, you will convey your sincere personality to the other person. In addition, people who are considerate toward those around them are more likely to trust you as a partner. Therefore, try to be kind to others. Remember that small actions make a big impression, and it is important to treat your date with kindness and consideration. 1. Not listening to the other person. The most important behavior to avoid is not listening to what the other person has to say. Conversation is a two-way communication. You must be interested in what the other person is saying, and make an effort to deepen your relationship with them through appropriate reactions and questions. Being a good listener is key to building a good relationship. By listening, empathizing, and responding to the other person's feelings, the other person will feel at ease. Also, by creating new questions based on what the other person is saying, you can keep the conversation going naturally. By digging deeper into the other person's story, rather than just talking yourself, you can improve the quality of your conversation and shorten the distance between you and the other person. By valuing the other person's feelings, the relationship will become stronger. Techniques for getting along with Japanese women. To make the first date a success and to deepen the relationship thereafter, it is important to be casual and attentive. In Japan, consideration for others is highly valued. Or are you cold? When someone is cold, these natural considerations will leave a good impression. Finding common topics of conversation is also an effective way to make people feel closer to you. It is a good idea to ask about hobbies, travel, food preferences, etc., and expand the conversation based on what you have in common. If you can find something in common, it will be easier for the other person to feel familiar with you, and you can naturally create a relaxed atmosphere. Also, by showing interest in what the other person has to say, you can build a deeper relationship with them. Furthermore, it is important to maintain polite language and a calm demeanor, especially in the case of international relationships. Your efforts and understanding of the Japanese language and culture will make a more positive impression. If your efforts and understanding of the Japanese language and culture are conveyed, remember to respect your partner's opinion. For example, when choosing a place to eat, it is important to give priority to the other person's wishes, but also to be considerate enough to make suggestions, such as, "How about this place?" It is important to give consideration to the other person's wishes when choosing a place to eat. By respecting the other person's opinion in this way, the other person will feel valued and will feel more comfortable spending time with you. By understanding and responding to the other person's wishes, you can deepen the relationship of trust between you and the other person. A short but very strong thank you during a date also makes a very strong impression. Express your appreciation when someone does something for you, or after you have had a good time. These small gestures naturally convey your sincerity to the other person. In addition, Japanese women often want to build a relationship carefully, so they prefer to gradually deepen their trust in you, rather than suddenly trying to get close to you. It is easier for them to relax. If you say something like, "I would be happy to get to know you as a friend first," this will allow the other party to move forward with the relationship without any pressure, and will naturally shorten the distance between you. It is important to understand that it takes time to deepen a relationship, and to adapt to the other person's pace. And a smile and a sense of humor are also important. A smile is a communication tool that transcends borders and conversation with light. Humor eases tension and creates a pleasant atmosphere. However, remember to respect Japanese culture and the other person, and be careful about sensitive topics. By keeping a smile on your face and making the other person feel relaxed, you will naturally bring each other closer. By mixing humor with your partner's enjoyment, you can share an enjoyable time together. After the date is over, it is important to keep smiling until the end, to leave a good impression. The success of your first date will greatly affect the rest of your relationship, so please enjoy a wonderful time with a Japanese woman. By practicing these techniques while avoiding NG behaviors, make it a mutually enjoyable experience. Take good care of your partner, and create wonderful memories together. Also, taking the time to build a relationship without rushing is the key to fostering a good, long-lasting relationship. If you found this article useful in any way, please subscribe to our channel and give us a high rating. We look forward to bringing you more useful information in the next issue. Thank you for watching.